Welcome to Algebra-Class.com. In this lesson, we will be solving equations with variables on both sides. Example number 2 says 4x plus 2 times the quantity x plus 2 equals 5 times the quantity x minus 1. This equation looks a lot more confusing than the ones that you're used to working with because we have two variables on the left-hand side and one variable on the right-hand side. Our goal still remains to get x by itself, but x has to be by itself on one side of the equation. It doesn't matter which side of the equation, just on one side of the equation. So we're going to be moving more terms around in this equation. The first thing I need to do before I start anything is the distributive property. I need to get rid of those parentheses. So I'm going to start by bringing down the 4x. And then I notice that I have the distributive property here. So I'm going to distribute the 2 throughout the parentheses. It's a positive 2, so 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 2 is 4. So we end up with 2x plus 4. Now I also have the distributive property on the right-hand side of the equation, so I need to do that as well. So here I'm distributing a 5. 5 times x is 5x. And 5 times negative 1, remember to take the sign in front, is negative 5. So we're going to write that as minus 5. Now I've gotten rid of the parentheses, and I just have to deal with the like terms and the constants. So first I see on the left-hand side that I do have some like terms. I have 4x plus 2x, and 4x plus 2x is 6x. So I have 6x plus 4 on the left, and I have nothing to combine on the right, so I'm just going to bring down the 5x minus 5. Now I've combined all like terms. I really can't simplify it any farther. What I need to do now is move some terms around. I need all of my variables on one side and all of the constant terms on the other side. So I'm going to start by moving all of my variable terms to the left. So I'm going to take this 5x and I'm going to move it from the right over to the left and keep all of my variables on the left. So in order to do that, I'm going to start here, and since it's a positive 5x, I'm going to subtract 5x because I know that 5x minus 5x is going to get rid of that 5x on the right hand side. So I also have to bring down the minus 5 so I don't lose it. So on the right hand side I have 5x minus 5x minus 5. Now on the left hand side I need to make sure that I subtract 5x as well because I need to keep the equation balanced. And I can write it anywhere I want on the left hand side, it doesn't matter. I'm going to write it next to the 6x because that will help me to combine my like terms. So I have 6x plus 4, and then I added the minus 5x on the left hand side. So now on the left, if I simplify, I have 6x minus 5x leaves me with 1x, so I'm just going to write that as x. And then I have x plus 4 equals 5x minus 5x is 0. So I'm left, and don't forget to take the sign in front, I'm left with a negative 5. So now I'm down to a simple one-step equation. All I need to do to get x by itself is to get rid of the plus 4. So since I have x plus 4, I need to subtract 4 from both sides. And essentially, we're just moving the constant over to the right since I moved the variable term over to the left. So on the right, I have negative 5, but I also have to subtract 4 to keep the equation balanced. So on the left-hand side, 4 minus 4 is 0. I'm left with x. And on the right-hand side, I have negative 5 minus 4, which, if you know your integer rules, we can change this to negative 5 plus negative 4, which leaves us with x equals negative 9. So notice that after getting rid of the parentheses, all I've had to do was combine like terms and then move some terms around so that I get my variable on the same side of the equation. This concludes example number 2 for variables on both sides.